In Afghanistan, many Afghan feminists have described the conditions as gender apartheid. Can you explain what that looks like in practice?
Women and girls in Afghanistan, they have been systematically are deprived of their basic fundamental rights, such as the freedom of movement, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, the right to work, the right to education.
It is never just a system of racism. It builds on settler colonialism. It works with and on genocide.
For us Palestinians, we've been colonized by Israel and colonial occupation, and been displaced, and our right to self-determination has been prevented so far.
Most of the South African activists who visited us in Palestine, even Nelson Mandela in 1996, he said this is far, far worse than apartheid.
We have to look at how this is impacting the daily lives of women and girls in the Palestinian context.
I care about the Palestinians. They should care about my pain. We should care about Iranian women. Everybody, we should care about each other's pain.
There should be little confusion regarding Pan-African solidarity and commitment to contributing to international efforts, including through crimes against humanity treaty, to end apartheid wherever in all cases.
No one is going to argue that the lawmaking is the sum total of what is happening. It's an aspect, it's a necessary aspect, but it's nowhere near sufficient.
And so this is really a crucial moment. It's a really rare opportunity that we have to think about how to move forward in a way that's as inclusive as possible, in a way that's as politically sensitive as possible.
And the question is, why are crimes against humanity treaty? Well, partially because neither the Genocide Convention nor the Geneva Conventions effectively address crimes against humanity as distinct from war crimes or from genocide. Every step of progress that has been made by people like the people in this room, inching away at this violent colonial impulse that is capitalistic, that is imperialist, that is racist, that is patriarchal.
Sometimes you are afraid that a certain concept might result in something that we don't want.
I don't want us to be scared of naming whatever dissent and being afraid that that puts us in camps that we would rather not be in.
We said that because the definition of amnesty and B'Tselem focuses solely on the political regime, it does not provide a strong basis for critiquing the economic aspects of apartheid.
This is so personal to me. I have cousins, they cannot go to school. And it's one example. Just imagine, half of the population are banned from everything.
They're looking for a concrete tool to hold that not only the Taliban accountable, but the international community that is actively supporting the Taliban and de facto recognizing that. That is what we're contending with.
Well, who does this benefit? Who does it benefit to add gender? Who does it benefit to add other forms of colonial discrimination? It benefits activists, because that's who's going to use it.
Yeah.
This is a domestic treaty, meaning states are going to adopt it domestically.
We are not nation states. We don't play geopolitics. We make moral and ethical judgment.
Solidarity means that we do need to make sure that the concepts and categories we come up with don't end up harming anybody else.
What I'm hoping to do when we leave the bridge is have some sort of collective starting point and a way forward in how we can leverage our collective voice as civil society across the different jurisdictions and regions, and how do we engage with states.
And many people in the room, myself included, were born and raised under the apartheid system, so we're still alive. It's not necessarily a historical thing.
what motivates the issue of gender into the apartheid definition, but they are not necessarily living the situation, probably looking at it from outside.
Some of the resistance to adding gender to the definition was a concern of taking away from the historicness of apartheid in its context.
You are a woman, you are black, you are poor, you are all those things. Before you get to intersectionality, you are just feeling all these things and you cannot separate them.
We wanted to hold this workshop in South Africa, in Johannesburg, because this is where the context of apartheid is real. Like, this is where it was birthed. And it seemed important to have a conversation about apartheid happen in South Africa, not in New York or Geneva, but in South Africa where people have experienced it.